Okay, so I haven't done a recording in a really long time, but I'm in a really different place in this season in my life. And that place is just feeling confused on, it's like you hear the Lord speaking, right? And the message I hear is like forward. And forward looks different for everyone, right? Forward can mean many things. And I've been having difficulty of saying, okay, well, what does that forward look like for me? Not for anyone else, but per se for me, for my family. And in order to move forward, when I think of moving forward, I think of leaving something behind, right? I think of the Israelites leaving Egypt and having to leave whatever they've known there behind. Even though it was enslavement, it was still the only thing that they have known, right? It was what they had grown accustomed to. And even after God removed them, right, led them out, they complained. They weren't satisfied. Many times they brought up again and again, like, had we been in Egypt, we would be okay. Had we been in Egypt, we would be eating fish and meat. Had we been in Egypt, you see that going back. Not remembering what they had prayed for and asked for, right? And that how God had answered. He had heard them. And He had defeated Egypt and removed them, right? And was taking them to a new land, right? And somehow there are times where we feel like the Israelites, and we may be like the Israelites. We forget what God has done for us, what He's removed us out from, right? And so we think about the past, but we don't really think upon it in a way that how that past was hurtful, right? The effect it had on us, right? How were we enslaved? How are we different today from that past? And I can't help but to think that when I think of who I was 4 years ago, yeah, I'm not her anymore at all. And I know that I'm here laughing about it, but there's a lot of emotion behind it. And so now I'm being challenged to move forward, right, in a new way. And it means that I may have to leave. I'm going to have to leave something behind, right? Something can't go with me into that new land. And, yeah, it could be scary when you've only known one way, when you've only known one person, when this place has been familiar to you, this place has been comfortable, it has been safe because it's what you know, right? And here He is calling me out. And there's no blueprint. There's no map on what that looks like for me. And it may be the same for whoever's watching this, right? Yeah. He's changing things. When I say He, I'm referring to God, the Father, is changing things. And He's wanting to do some new things. And He's calling me out to move. And I have been in this processing of it for since May, early May. Now we're at the end of the summer, closely, right? Hitting August. Tomorrow is the 31st of July. And there's hesitation. Hesitation and not wanting to make the wrong decision, but knowing that a decision must be made. What position do I choose to take? Because I have to choose a position. And so I've just been prayerful about it. Not trying to make any quick moves, but just being prayerful. And the hardest thing is always me, is having to speak about it and being vulnerable about it. Because sometimes speaking about it appears that we are weak, and we're exposed, and we're vulnerable. And that's hard to be that in front of people you don't know. People may have this perception of you being strong or non-emotional, right? And that's so far from what meaning I am. Meaning I do feel and so I'm having to choose. What will I choose? I have my ideas, but God may have something completely, utterly different than what I choose. And it's hard because you think, do I really want that? I don't know. I don't know. There was nothing good back there in Egypt. Nothing good for me. But yet it's what I've known. And it's scary moving into the unknown. Because this right here, I know it. I know it well. I know it really well. But that other thing you're calling me to, that other direction, I don't know. I don't know it. And so there's hesitation. But in that hesitation, I'm saying, Lord, you have to show me. You have to speak it to me, Lord. I can get caught up in my emotions and my feelings. And not on your truth of your word. So I need you to speak to me through your word. I need you to be clear, God. And so I wait for a response from Him. Sometimes forward it's not what you think it's going to be, or You're not gonna, when God calls us to something, He may just speak a word. You hear it in the New Testament. Jesus always spoke a word, a parable, and the disciples were always asking, "But what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? That you would be resurrected in 3 days, that the temple would be destroyed and it would be resurrected. Like, what do you mean by that, right?" And so it's kind of the same thing in this sense when He says, "Move forward." Right? Or matter of fact, I just heard the word forward. What does that mean? I don't have steps. I don't have a blueprint. I just have many ideas, right? And so I'm being prayerful about what they are. Because I can't let my emotions control me. I've done that for a long time. And the decisions I made or how I expressed myself. So I'm just choosing to seek Him. So I hope that this somehow today, or whatever I said, could help someone else. Maybe someone else watching this may be going through or is in the same place, I hope that you're reminded that you're not alone, right? And that there's, like Scripture says, that there's other brethren, right? And all over the world who are going through the same thing. And so being reminded of that we are not alone. That there's someone else out there, right? I may have not just met them, is going or is in the same place and season that I am in that's similar, right? And so I'm not alone. I hope that you're encouraged. Bye.